Welcome to Amy Kardashian and the Expert Show, where the experts share their knowledge, wisdom, and powerful insight to help you transform your business and personal life. I am your host, Amy Kardashian, not Kardashian. On this show, we share all kind of insight, business, self-development, health, and beauty. And I have a great guest here. He's going to share with us how to connect with nonprofit and how to give back. His name is Salo Moses. That is a Moses. It's just a really good name. So welcome, Salo. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very good. Thank you.
It's nice to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yes, and give back, is that something? So many people, they want to give back, but they don't know what to do and what route to go, and they're busy in their businesses and they don't have the time.
Sure.
So what is your message, and how can we give back without giving our time too much?
Sure. So I get that question asked a lot, especially by business owners who are very busy. Mm-hmm. And the one question that I always ask them is where you're giving, is it aligned with your values? Because I'll sit down with business owners and I'll ask them, I say, hey, you're very successful. I know you don't have much time, and I know that you have a giving heart and you give. If you don't mind me asking, where did you give last year? And they'll say, well, I gave to this organization. I'll say, well, where did you give the year before that? And they'll say, well, we gave to this organization. And then I'll ask them a few more questions. And essentially, I'll ask them if where they've given over the past couple of years is aligned with their vision and their mission and their values. And if it isn't, I help align them with a nonprofit or a grassroots organization that can actually match their vision and mission and values in life.
So what is it the difference if someone is giving some organization for kids or animal or whatever it might be? What is it that you align them with the business they have to match it? Is that what it is?
Well, I always like to start with the owner.
Okay.
Because once I start with the owner, then the ripple effect is that the business becomes more successful, and then the employees there become more successful, and then it helps produce a better bottom line for the business. But I always start with the CEO. And I'll give you an example. I sat down with a friend of mine who owns a pretty successful company. He's in the mortgage business. He does mortgage underwriting. And he has about 25 agents underneath him and makes buku bucks. He makes a lot of money. He just to give you an idea of how much money he makes, his daily driver every day is a Mercedes Maybach.
Wow. Okay, so he have a lot to give.
Yes.
He's comfortable.
So I sat down with him and I asked him, I said, can I ask you, where did you give last year? And he said, well, I gave $75,000 and it went here. I said, okay, where'd you give the year before that? I said, well, I had a great year. So I gave 150 away and I gave it here. I go, okay, great. Where'd you give before that? Oh, that year was kind of slow. I gave 80,000. I gave it here. And now I noticed that all three nonprofits that he gave to didn't align. Like in the back of my mind, they didn't connect. So as we started to talk further, he started to open up. And here's a guy who is 41, 42 years old, runs a mortgage company doing underwriting. He looks at contracts all day long, has a very successful company, 25 reps. By the time we were done talking 45 minutes later, I had found out that the guy can't read. He's illiterate.
Yeah.
He can't read. And he stares at contracts all day long. So I asked him, I said, if you don't mind me asking, how do you do what you do if you can't read? And he gave me this answer and he said, I just hire people that can read.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I don't know if you know much about me, but I have only fourth grade education and severe dyslexia. I can't read either. And I'm doing, I wrote a book and everything. So it doesn't have to be, some people, they just call it smart if you went to college. But it's good, but doesn't mean the other person doesn't know how to go around life and be successful.
And so and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just to finish it, so I asked him, I said, out of all the nonprofits that you've given to over the years, have you ever given to a nonprofit that deals with adult literacy? Mm-hmm. And he said no.
You see, you have to follow that.
And so today he gives only to adult literacy nonprofits. Not only does he give to them monetarily, but he goes down and he speaks to the people there and raises their spirits. And now he's a leader in that organization there.
Absolutely, because he's given hope to someone.
Yeah.
And being an example, I used to feel embarrassed to say that. I had businesses, but nobody knew. But now I'm not, because I want other people to know I don't have education, or I can't read well because I have dyslexia. And I struggle with that. So it's inspiration to others, and that's why he's paying it forward. So what you did, you just not only changed his life, you changed somebody else's life.
Yeah.
Because they have someone to see them as an inspiration.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And give them hope. That's more than any money could pay.
Absolutely. And now, even if he gives 80,000 or 20,000, he's down there donating his time and making an impact in those who also deal with adult literacy.
And it's like you could feed a whole city, but if you could give them education,
Yeah.
there is some kind of saying about that.
Yeah.
That you give them education, you could feed them forever.
Yeah.
You know, give them hope. So, what is your favorite quote about?
I have a ton of favorite quotes. I'm an avid reader. I love to read, and I love quotes. Quotes are kind of like my anchor in the day. If I'm having like an okay day, I still use an anchor. If I have a great day, I still use an anchor. One of my favorite quotes is actually my own, so I hope you don't mind me using it.
No, absolutely.
I have a quote that I use, and my quote is, "Just because you're eating out of garbage cans doesn't mean that you're garbage."
Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And that's so inspiring, because I don't know if you know, but I came from a place that I was really harsh, and doesn't mean anything. And I'm going to share my quote.
Sure.
My quote is, giving is living.
I might have to steal that from you.
Yeah, steal it, but you can quote me. That's my quote.
Awesome.
Yes, giving is living, because when we give, this is where we feel we're living.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can give hope more than you give your money, and that's how you inspire other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I do what I do, to inspire other people. Can you please look at this camera and give us your information right here?
Sure.
Yes.
So if you want to connect with me, very easy. You can shoot me an email at betterthanthisthebook@gmail.com, or you can visit me at wewin360.com. That's WEWIN360.com. And
So you have a book.
Perfect
right
segue. So yes, I actually just wrote a book, and it's my first book I've ever written, and I'm very proud of it. Title is Better Than This, and the backstory of my book is that my book was actually originally a journal.
They can go read it, right? Read about it.
Oh yeah,
too.
absolutely. Yeah, it'll be on Amazon actually in a couple of weeks. Right now, it's I've been selling it to friends and family, just getting feedback from them and kind of seeing what the impact is with them once they read it. It's literally close to 440 pages, and I have people who have never read a book before finishing it in 2 days.
Nice, very nice. Well, let me tell you something. You inspired me today, because we need more people like you to encourage other people to share their messages and really help the people where they've been successful, but then guide other people in the right direction and give them hope. So that is a unique type of thing that you're doing, and I think a lot of people could use that.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming on my show. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And especially from someone who you read, you're a reader.
Yeah.
But then you're not looking at other people who doesn't read that differently. You're appreciating that their gift. So I appreciate you even more for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to have you. And don't go anywhere. I have another guest, and you are going to learn a lot of things on this show, because I have 3 guests this time. So we'll be right back.